Truck Simulator. I'm David Steele, and here's my rig. Today we are in a Western Star 57X. We're all over the place, so it would seem. We have an urgent delivery today. We've got a power station delivery to make, and we're in a hurry. So we've called out the big gun. Well, it's one of the big guns. This is the Western Star 57X as a day cab, and under the hood is the 2024 DD16, the 600 horsepower version. And so that's 600 horsepower, 2050 foot-pounds of torque, and the Detroit diesel DT even 12 automated transmission. This combination is not the most, I want to say, aggressive on the road, because the DD16 produces its peak torque from 975 RPM, and it's set up to shift to take advantage of all of that torque. Now, I could change the transmission method, or the preferred shifting pattern, to have it for a more performance lean, and I may yet do that. But I don't think that we're going to need to. Now, the intention of today's trip is to be a bit like Jaguar, as the Americans would say, a bit like Jaguar back in the 80s. One of their mottos was, this is where it ends. If I get this right, space, pace, and grace. Well, we don't have that much space on board. This is a day cab, see. We've got the pace. And as far as grace goes, have you looked at how charming the Western Star 57X is? It's a very pretty truck. I think it is. It manages to be both pretty and handsome, and slightly Chad jawline, if you will. This is more or less a fleet spec. We've got a couple of extras. We do have the some of the aerodynamic packaging and the larger fuel tank. Let's go ahead and tell them that we're here. I'll tell them that we're here. Power generator off to Mojave, California. We may be dodging a few cops on this run because the California speed limit is 55 miles an hour, and I tell you what, you get great fuel consumption at 55, even in something like this. But we're going to be perhaps bending that speed limit a little. I don't know whether bending is quite the thing. And we may get busted speeding. Hey, the boss has said it's fine. We need to get there as quickly as we can. So we've got 7 hours 45 left in this trip, but let's grab the cargo first. Let's get positioned, and I guess they'll bring a crane out and get us connected up. Okay, now I'm not going to use the option to shortcut that. Let's go ahead and flick round here. Using my own trailer today. This is the cargo container trailer. It does have 3 axles. It's almost certainly one or two too many. You don't tend to have particularly heavy cargoes with the shipping containers, and it's not big enough to get 2. But I think you can get doubles, which we don't have today. We've made a right mess of this. Okay. Come on, how hard can this be? Evidently hard enough. I guess if I really wanted space, pace, and grace, I would have gone with a sleeper. But, no, we've got a day cab today. Okay. Right, let's go and shut down and grab the cargo. It's 15,500 pounds, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay. Right, it's 5 to 11. We've got the cargo. Not the most aerodynamic of shapes, but I guess it doesn't need to be. And here's something ironic. Let's put lights on for safety. All the difference that's going to make. Right, let's jump back in the cabin and make like a tree and get out of here. Let's quick check. 5 hours drive and 7 hours 20 minutes. Now that's actually quite challenging. Some of the urgent deliveries, you seem to get like a lot of time, and it doesn't really seem urgent. This one, however, a 2-hour leeway doesn't seem like much, but every time we're stopped at a light, it's eating away into our 2-hour spare window. So it's going to be useful to get up to speed quickly, and possibly, like I say, perhaps bend some of those speed limits just a little. Now, clearly you shouldn't do this. It's just a game, and we're not going to be excessively aggressive, probably. You see how it's shifting to be just over 1,000 RPM. It's quite a nice setup how the DD16, the DD15 and DD13s work. Lots of low down torque. Well, not quite as good as a Packard MX-13, but still pretty effective. Run out of revs, or run out of path for the higher revs, but then if you're chasing 2,000 RPM, you're probably doing it wrong. Or you're going up a steep hill and it doesn't matter that much anyway. And my game will give us a little bit of a jank today, I think. It's managing to maintain 60 frames a second, or just over. I am recording at 60. Bit of bump. So it's not a heavy cargo by any stretch. It's still a weight hanging on the end. It's not a heavy cargo. Okay. Just change my dashboard to reflect the oil temperature. So, oh wow, a bit of a pop in there from the train. So we've got speed in the middle, that number, and then revs is the sort of the gauge on the left, mid-set center left. No, it's just speed's on the left, even and revs is on the right. And then on the left side, multifunction display. The top one is engine oil temperature, and the bottom one is brake pressure. I'm going to set my cruise at we'll stick it on at 80. Oh, we'll just send it to California, so we'll do it. Right, well, we'll set my cruise at 65 then, and hope we don't get a ticket. We probably will, because yeah, we'll certainly will. Oh, I guess we'll cruise. We'll kill cruise, because I always forget about this. This is the agriculture inspection station. So brakes. Bit of engine braking there. Oh, it's blue. Chump, just seemingly skipping the line. Oh, maybe he's not skipping the line actually. Oh, my bad. We get our own line. I mean, it ain't no blackjack and hookers, but yeah, we get our own line here. We'll have to trundle through here. And then we'll be able to get up to speeds. But like I say, these sort of delays, this eats away into our margin. So we've now got 1 hour and 50. And this is why we might bend a speed limit or two, just to kind of try and make up a little bit of time. We might have to act casual if we're around a cop, but we'll see what happens. So I got my instrumentation. We've got turbo boost pressure, that's always handy. Western Star really put the instantaneous fuel consumption right in your face. What else do we have? Oh, that's the summary. Does mean my oil level is okay. Average consumption on this tank is 6.6 miles per gallon. That's not bad going. The average speed is 35, which, given what we're doing, is also not bad going. But I want to see if we can push that a little higher. I'm sure that we can. And the next display is just speed. Okay. But my engine coolant temperature 174, but that shouldn't really be any great shakes. Right, so I've punched the throttle all the way down. But like I say, it's not really an aggressive kind of engine. It likes to short shift, and we're changing up about 1100 revs. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. That's why a trip like this feels like it could be a bit of a challenge. Set my cruise on, and we'll set it to 70. Yeah, it looks like there might be some kind of issue up ahead. Is there a collision here, or did this big rig just pull out in front of this traffic? I'm not sure. wondered if that car behind me, is a cop car. So we're actually gonna pull in here in front of the speeder belt. I cut him off. Sorry, man. See if we can get this black car that's in the outside lane behind me. So we'll get him to go round, and he might be coming in. I don't know. He's probably not a cop, but he might be. Okay, I don't think it is. All right. So I tapped up a couple of times there on the cruise control, and it's no drama, no fuss, but it's picked up speed to 65 fairly quickly, and we're on the way to 70. So I would put this engine as being very much a sort of premium long haul kind of experience, although it is marketed for heavy haul, and it's a very capable engine. Is it more capable than an X15 605? I have to say, it kind of feels it. It really does. Then it is a bigger, higher capacity engine, sure, don't get me wrong. It's what, 15.6 litre as opposed to 14.9. But yeah, it feels like a more performant engine. Now, given that the speed limit is 70 for cars, this red car is speeding SUV coming down the outside lanes there. Range Rover. He's probably on his way to the shop to get his engine fixed. It hasn't blown up yet, but he's anticipating it. So it's a real fuss-free experience. And no word of a lie, I've generally been consistently disappointed with the DD15. It just doesn't seem to deliver the performance that I really hoped it would, and it's interesting. I can see why. There's a 455 and a 505 version, and yes, the older ones they've got more variants, and there's a 400. That's the integrated Detroit powertrain option. But they're not very inspiring, and torque is 1550 or 1654 pounds, and 1650 is perfectly acceptable amount of torque to have. 1550 is okay, but it's not the most inspiring. Why is that black car pulled in behind me? This makes me think it might be a cop trying to measure my speed, but we might be okay. Right, let's get back up to 70. I'm going to hold people up. Quick check on the time. 2 hours 45 left to right. Yes, so we've actually made up time, which is good. I'm going to go ahead and move out here again. And it's handling these gradients just really without breaking a sweat. Now I know it's working hard, but it's not. Doesn't have to change down, and that's a nice feature. Let's go ahead and check trip computer. Okay, so we've covered nearly 100 miles since I first looked at this summary. Our average speed's gone up to 41 miles an hour, which is nice, and our consumption's dropped to 6.5, down from 6.6. So we are burning a bit more fuel, but we are making quite a big difference in my average speed. And for a trip like today, we've got to get there as quickly as we can. This is good. I don't know why that silver car is that an Audi? It might be. I don't know why he's pulled into the left-hand lane, probably in anticipation of something coming up the on-ramp, but nothing there. Alright, well, average speed is ticked up to 42. I'm going to go ahead and just monitor things. Oil temperature, it's not high. It's 203, it's just ticked up to 203. This is a good measure of how hard your engine's working. If your engine is working close to its peak power, your oil temperature tends to go up, or it does go up. And right now, this is telling me that we do not need 600 horsepower to maintain this speed on this road. You can hear it work a little harder when it does, but when it does work a little harder. but it's not exactly stressed. My speed down to 65. What? Going into Barstow, I believe, isn't it? Yeah, Barstow. Okay. May drop our speed through the city. Let's bring it down to 60. We're probably still going to get a ticket doing 60 miles an hour, but there's potentially less of a chance, especially if other vehicles around me are, if they're also, if they don't slow down, or perhaps if they do, hard to say. But I imagine there'll be more cops. Yeah. Okay. I have to ease off. Pull into the left-hand lane. Well, I messed that up now, didn't I? Confusing everyone there. Yeah, hard to judge the gap there. So I let the speed bleed off, and then of course it resumed and got back up to 55 very, very quickly. Very fast-free and quickly. Right, well, let's get back up to 65 then.
Caution. Exceeding the speed limit.
Wait, check on the time. Okay, an hour and a half. Oh, I've got loads of time. I'm actually going to drop it back to 55. I don't need to risk getting a ticket, I don't think. Speed down to 50, and it's happy doing 50 in top gear. Oh, that makes sense, because the ratio today, it's the overdrive DT12, got a final drive of 3.08, which gives us about 1100 revs at 50 miles an hour. So in terms of gearing, it's quite close. It's not exactly the same, but it's fairly close to the standard 18 speed that you get in the game. Which means that 1500 revs is about 75 miles an hour in top gear. And that makes it's a pleasant enough experience. I'm getting a bit of jank in the game. Plus I'm not being the smoothest of my controls either. I'm tempted to get back up to 65, but I really don't think we need to, and I don't need to be driving so close to this red SUV. Safety distance, David. Let's give it a bit more. Check my distance only of where's the 2-second rule. Okay, good enough. Back up to 55. Yeah, a little bit of jank. Like I say, the game is more or less holding 60 frames a second, but not quite. And I'm recording at 60 frames a second, so some of that jank and jerkiness is going to translate, or it's going to come through it into the video. Now, I'm pretty sure I know why the game is performing like this. I've not given my computer a reboot for quite some time, and it is a challenge now. I don't want to give it a reboot. Good grief, why would I reboot it? It's running the game okay. It's running it well enough. But when you move around the games and run various applications and just do stuff with the Windows machine, it gradually just slows down. More processors are running, more memory is used by staff. There are ways you can attempt to force Windows to close applications. Excuse me. Wow, that's a big yawn. I think it's because I've not spoken so much. And now this feels very pedestrian. You know, cruising along 55, but instantaneous consumption is what, 9.2 miles per gallon it's showing me on the dashboard there. And that's with my 600 horsepower engine, so that is respectable. Yes, I'm sure an X10 would do better. We're not in an X10. X12 even. An X10 I suppose too. Right, we're in Mojave already. Go ahead and kill the power and get off the cruise control. And we'll let the speed gradually peter off as we come down the gradient, and then we take the exit ramp. Over half a tank left of motion lotion, so no worries there. And of course, when you're coasting like this, you're getting effectively unlimited miles per gallon. Now,
Then exit right.
you are going to be using a little bit. I slowed down way too much. Get back on the power here.
Exit right.
Then it seems that as I've gotten into the city, that the frame rate has tanked. And it was about 60, now it's showing in the 40s. Blame that. Oh, I think I can see why that might be a problem.
Get ready to turn left.
So really, I think for me, the beauty of some of the more powerful engines, in fact most of them, is if you
Turn left.
manually shift the gears, you can drive such that you seemingly just waft along like a Jaguar might in the high gears, and there's not much fuss. There's all that wonderful pace and that wonderful grace, because you're not changing down a couple of gears at the slightest of inclines. Now conversely, if you do want to change down a couple of gears, you get access to 600 horsepower on tap, which is nice if you want to go up a hill that is a steep hill. Driving along like this now, this could be any DD series engine for the way that its power and torque is delivered. It just happens to have more of it than the rest of the range. One last check on the time. What are we doing? Yeah, we've got a couple hours. Okay, so we made up quite a lot of time there, which doesn't surprise me because we were hunkering along at 70 to 55 limit.
Keep right. And then turn right.
That's always handy. I know I could have pulled a net to cough, get fuel, and then snuck out back onto the road, but the cops take a dim view of that. Let's see. Turning right on a red is probably America's best invention. Okay, I guess I can't go now. It's turning off. Yeah, I think I can. It'd suck if I got a ticket at this point. Okay.
Left. And then turn left.
I negotiated that, and then
Turn left.
pretty straightforward once I got to my destination. I mean, we kind of got on the interstate, cracked on the cruise control, and got our heads down and ran with the ball. So, went. Okay, well, if I didn't know better, I would say that dead ahead could be a road I could explore. But, not today. Probably not a road I can explore, but it might be. I mean, there's plenty of road out here. But, doesn't look like we've driven along here since the stage 3 or stage 4 rebuild. Well, you never know. Maybe turning my lights on really was a good idea for safety.
Get ready to turn right.
Wonder why they need a power generator here in such a hurry. This looks like a little substation.
Turn right.
Sorry, Mac. Was that dump truck to panic there? Maybe we're right next to the substation. Oh, this looks like a substation to me on the left. Right. Well, I may have upset a bus behind me,
Ready to turn left.
but we seem to have arrived at my destination just fine. No, that's not my destination. Oops. Sorry, bus driver. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? Okay, this is my destination.
We're here.
Right, let's see what kind of delivery we have today. It says it's 40 points and a piece of cake. Yeah, I don't. It might not be. A bit of room to maneuver here, I suppose. Okay, it's behind this beige, cream-coloured hut. Please give me plenty of room up there to maneuver. Do this. Get my awareness up. Oh, this does not look as simple as I hoped. It really isn't as simple as I hoped. Come on, guys. 40 points. Experience points for this, really? How am I going to do this? There's a lot of stuff in the way. Well, we'll try doing this. Well, it might be okay. It might not be as hard as I suspected then. Let's go ahead and I mean, it helped if this red pickup wasn't here, but I think I may have whined about it unnecessarily, which surely not. Look at that. Like I knew what I was doing, which I didn't, just to point that out. Okay, well, I'm happy enough with that. Got it right where they need it. It should make their life a little easier. I'm gonna actually just... I know it says it's good enough. Oh, it'll be fine. Okay, it'll be good. Right, let's go ahead and turn the lights off, turn the four-way flashes off, turn the engine off, and let's see how well we did. I don't think fuel consumption-wise would have been great, maybe 5.5 to the gallon, but we didn't take long to run this delivery, so I'm happy with that. Alright, well, 240 miles and 30... Whoa, that's nearly 7 miles per gallon. Well, I suppose a long period of 55 will do that then, won't it? A good period at 9 miles per gallon, a good period at 5 miles per gallon. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a bit of a surprise result at the end. Hope you got something from this. Hope you enjoyed it. And this 2024 DD16 is available in the Steel Productions engine pack for the Detroit Diesel machines. It's also available in the European game for some of the European trucks, predominantly the Freightliners and the Mercedes-Benz that are in the game. So if you fancy trying this trip, go ahead in the comments below and let me know. And if you tried it and you liked it, yeah, if you tried it and thought it sucked, also let me know. But thanks so much, and I'll see you the next time. Goodbye.